So the intention of today's session is really to teach people to develop a greater degree of empathy for the people they intend to serve. What we typically include in days like these is a very quick overview of design research. And one of the methods of design research is ethnography. Ethnography is basically a fancy way of saying going into the world and observing the people you intend to serve. So you'll see around us today, people are talking from the vantage point of having taken photos of their market. So these images really help you to display the entire story and the context of the people you intend to serve. And the reason why we focus on context rather than individuals is getting to know the entire system you want to design for rather than just the people in it. Because often when we focus on just the people, we miss out on really the good stuff we want to design for. So one of the outcomes of today is to develop a better fluency for the customers you intended to serve. And what do I mean by that? Well, being able to legitimately talk about your customers gives you a leg up against your competitors. The people who miss out today really don't have the same kind of legitimacy when they talk about their customers. So they're unable to talk with confidence about the people they intend to serve. And we see that when startups tend to typically fail is they haven't developed that story. So when you're in the pitch, for instance, the first thing you might want to do is to set the scene. Without the ability to set the scene, you really don't have a story. Nothing unfolds without a great scene setting. And so that's what the specific outcome of today is to do, to set the scene for your startup. So in a lot of technology-oriented startups, or startup contests, what we find is people focus on the technology itself. What we're hoping with this year's round of HackJozi is that people start to design for people first, and the technology is there to support and enable them. As an outcome for HackJozi, what I'd really like to see champions for huge social impact, champions of change, people who are thinking about the people around them, thinking about the city that they're designing for and trying to create a better city, whilst also designing for themselves, I guess, in a way that they will be commercially viable to them. So two ideas that I spotted while I was walking around, look, they're not the only good ideas, they're just two ideas that I spotted, was a company called Mensch, which I really like. It's trying to disrupt the consulting space. I love the idea of when someone's picked a very large and meaty topic like the world of consulting and trying to disrupt that space. And I think there's a fundamental opportunity for that. The other one was trying to look at the workplace slightly differently. And this group, I'm not entirely sure of their name, used virtual reality goggles to give you the ability to co-locate or work somewhere else, effectively teleport yourself into the work wherever you are. So you'd wear goggles and you'd sit at the comfort of your own home and you'd enter the world of work from your own home. So fascinating ideas are starting to emerge. So one of the things that I'm hoping that everyone takes away from this conversation with our team from Inquisition is a focus specifically on your story. Your app and your technology don't matter. They're the enablement of your great story. So what we're hoping that you do when you're sitting at home and you've just gone through this training, you think to yourself very carefully, my idea isn't my technology, my idea is my impact. And you start your startup's pitch specifically with that. Because what we don't want you to do is we don't want you to fail from when you get out of the blocks. Failure will happen if you start talking from your tech first. Your tactics aren't as important as your strategy. So don't forget that when you're doing a pitch. So you've just gone through this training and you think to yourself, I've got the pitch coming up. So I just wanted to wish you guys all good luck. Here's hoping that you take what we've taught you and apply it to the rest of your lives. We've given you the ability to go from being an engineer or an entrepreneur into becoming a designer. And we're hoping that now that you're equipped with a design mindset, that you'll take that and apply that to everywhere in your life. So that this contest doesn't just stop here. Whether you win or fail, you've got a new way of looking at the world, and here's hoping that you design something better, you design a better world.